Alrighty, so today we're working on our special products assignment. We're still using the FOIL method, which is what we did on earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday. But before we do that, I've got a couple of things there. Your kickoff was to pick 3 questions. Let me go ahead and circle here. You're going to pick 3 questions from the even numbers because when you're doing this assignment, you are not going to do the odd numbers. So go ahead and tell me in the chat which 3 questions you guys wanted to go over. And then I'll kind of talk about some things as you guys are typing those in. So just make sure you guys say something in the chat every time you guys are in here. You say hello, good morning, you answer a question, you say something before you leave so you can get your credit. And then also, if you don't actually join the live meeting, there's an opportunity to still get credit by just going back and watching the videos. But if you have attended a meeting and you type something in the chat, then you'll get credit for the whole week. So all of you guys that are in here today, as long as you type something in the chat before you leave, then you'll get credit. But for those of you, sometimes people don't get to join every single week, then you can just watch every video for the week and then you can get a code word. The code word for this week, let's go ahead and write that down. Code word or phrase, I guess. It is dogs are cool. Dogs are cool. Let me fix that A-R-E so it looks funny. A-R-E. Dogs are cool. Whoops. I just erased the background there. But the code word is dogs are cool. And the reason why I did that is because my dogs, I think they're so cool. Here's a cute little fun picture of them. We got edited. They're a king and queen. The one on the left, the black and white dog, is Jasmine. And then the dog on the right, the tan brown one, that is Lightning. Those are my 2 crazy doggies that sometimes you hear in the background there. So I'm so sorry, but they are super, super cute. So that's my little code word about me of the week, I guess you could say, is the code word. If you're not actually in the meeting, when you watch the videos, you'll just message me, say, hey, code word for this week, for week 8 is dogs are cool, and then you'll get your credit for the week. Okay, so let's see here. I saw a couple of you guys typed in the chat some questions you wanted to go over. I see number 24, number 2, 22, whoops, 14, 8, 12, 22, 8, 12, 22. So I'm not going to go through all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I see 6 of them there. So let's see, I saw 2 people requested number 22, so I'll definitely do that one. And if anyone else has any other requests for which questions we can do together, because this is your assignment. Your assignment is to do all of the even numbers on this. And just to kind of refresh your memory on this, I just want to go through and do a couple of them with you guys. So I'll for sure do number 22. We'll do 24. We'll do 12. And then we'll do number 8. We'll do 4 questions together. 8, 12, 22, and 24. How does that sound? 8, 12, 22, and 24. Is that good with you guys? If I go through those questions and then all the rest you'll kind of do on your own? Yeah? Okay. Perfect. So let's go ahead and zoom in here to number 8. The first one, I'm just going to go down straight in order. Actually, let me zoom out. Let's look at our directions first. Our directions here, it says find each product. When you're doing these, like I said earlier, you're going to be doing the FOIL method. So I'm going to go back to our notes from, I think it was Wednesday, our notes on earlier this week with the FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last. These are the notes that we took on the video. Either you were with me or you watched the video afterwards. But this is exactly what we went over. We're going to be doing the same exact thing today. That's just sometimes they look a little bit funny in the beginning, or sometimes some things cancel out. So that's why we've got special products for our topic on today. So let's go into number 8. First one you guys request that we're going to do together here. Oops, let me change my pen. Okay, so number 8. This one already has 2 sets of parentheses, so we can go ahead and start a FOIL method. So first times first, z times z is z, and then you add the exponents together. There's an invisible 1 plus invisible 1 is 2. So now it's z to the power of 2. So that's my F. Now I'm going to do O, my outer. Z times, make sure you get the sign in front, -3. Z times -3 is -3z. And also, if you notice when I'm writing the letter Z, it might help if you put that little line going through it because it can kind of look like the number 2 if you do your number 2s like that. Or I know some of you put your 2s like this. Just be careful when you're doing variables that look like numbers. You want to make sure you can identify that it's a variable and not a number because it could look like 32, but it's actually 3Z. Okay, so that was my F and O. What's my I? What times what? What times what? Or you can even tell me, what's the next thing I should put here for my I? What's the next thing I should put? And then tell me if it's a plus or a minus, whatever that term is. See if you guys can remember for I. Here, I'll even give you a hint here. This is what we're multiplying next. This times this. And perfect, someone said 3 times Z. Perfect, 3 times Z. Let's go ahead and write that out. If you have a number times a variable, you just put them next to each other. So it's plus 3Z. So that's my FOI. And then we've got L, our last. Positive 3 times negative 3. Positive times a negative is negative. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so after we do the FOIL method, this was FOIL. Then we need to combine like terms, the things that are in the same family, the terms that have the same exact variables and exponents. That's these two here in the middle. They have the same exact thing. The last name or the variables and exponents are just Z. So let's go ahead and combine them. We've got negative 3 plus 3, which is what? What is negative 3 plus 3? 0. Perfect. So if they end up canceling out and you get 0, you don't even want to write 0 there. Just get rid of it. We do not need it. So I'm going to go ahead and erase it. So these end up canceling out. So I'm pretty much just going to copy everything else that's in front, the Z to the power of 2, and copy down everything behind, the minus 9. And then this is going to be our answer, the Z squared minus 9, or Z to the power of 2 minus 9. That would be your final answer because the two terms in the middle, when we combine them, they end up canceling out. And it came out to 0. You don't want to write that down, okay? So that's number 8. Let's keep on going. We'll do number 12 next. Number 12, pretty similar to number 8. The only thing I see that's different here is we've got a coefficient with our variables instead of a 1. Both of them have a 2, so 2m, 2m, but we're still going to follow those same steps. So let's go through with F first. First times first. 2m times 2m. We're going to multiply the numbers. 2 times 2 is 4. And then here's my variable m. What's my new exponent for m? Remember, for the product rule, you add your exponents. Awesome. So I see someone said 2. Let's see. Invisible 1 plus invisible 1 is 2. Okay, so that's our F and FOIL. Let's go through and do our O, our outer. Outer times outer. So 2m times 3. Multiply your numbers. 2 times 3 is positive 6. And then we've got this m. Just put it right next to it. That was O. Let's go on to our I. Our inner times inner. And be careful with that sign in front. Negative 3 times 2m. What is negative 3 times 2m? Go ahead and tell me in the chat. Make sure you get the correct sign, positive or negative. Negative 6m, perfect, because negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6. And then we've got our variable m. Just put that next to it. What's the last thing? What's my L? What can I put here? Plus or minus what? For my L, my last. Plus or minus what? I see someone said minus 9. Other people typing. Minus 9. Awesome. So L times L, last times last. Negative 3 times positive 3 is negative 9. Perfect. Is this my final answer? Should I combine like terms? Yep, we got to combine like terms. We're going to combine these two here in the middle what do I get when I combine? What is 6m minus 6m? What do we get? 0. Perfect. They end up canceling out. If it helps, you can circle the sign in front. Positive 6m, negative 6m, they cancel out. So they're gone forever. Since they canceled out, it came out to 0. I write nothing down for the two of these because there's nothing there. I'm just going to copy down the front and the back, the 4m to the power of 2 and that minus 9. Then that is our final answer there. 4m to the power of 2 minus 9. Alrighty? And if you guys have questions, you need me to slow down, you want me to repeat something, go over it again, explain it differently, just make sure you type that in the chat. But if you don't do that, then I can only assume you guys feel good about it. Actually, let's go through really quickly. Give me a 1 to 5 on how you guys feel about the FOIL method. 1 is, I have no idea what FOIL even means. And 5 is like, I feel like I could teach this to the class. So give me like a 1 to 5, how you guys feel about this, just so I can see your confidence level and how you're feeling. So, okay, so I've got a couple answers there. So awesome. Or if you want, you can even send me a private message if you don't feel good about this, because I still want to know how you feel on it, on the topic and your confidence level. So just keep writing it in there and I'm going to get ready for the next question. I'm still seeing your answers there. Okay. Awesome. So the next one we're going to do here is, we just did number 12, right? So next one we'll do is number 22. Number 22. Okay. Yep. 1, 2, yeah, number 22, sorry. So again, FOIL method. What's going to be my F term? What can I put here? What times what is going to go in that circle for my F first? And it might take you a second to type it out, so I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to type it out. Just try your best if you're typing it out. So I see 9b to the second power. Awesome. Let's go ahead and check it. First times first. 3b times 3b. Multiply your numbers. 3 times 3 is 9. And then here's my b. Add your exponents because the product rule. 1 plus 1 is 2. So it's 9b to the power of 2. That's my F. What's my O? What am I going to put here in this circle? What's my O? Outer times outer. Make sure you look at the sign in front of it. Be careful with that. Tell me if it's a positive or negative. I see negative 21b, negative 21. So let's see, our outer times outer, 3b times, be careful with the sign, negative 7. So multiply your numbers. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. And then we've got our variable b here that we need to just connect with it as well. So it's a negative 21b. That's O. Let's go on to I. What's my I? What do I put here? Tell me if it's plus or minus, whatever it is. I see 21b. 21b, perfect. I is our inner. 7 times 3b. Multiply your numbers. 7 times 3 is positive 21. And then we've got the b, so it's a plus 21b. And then what's my L? Plus or minus what? I see minus 49. So let's see, last times last. I've got a couple more answers there. Whoops. Zoomed out on accident, sorry. Zoom back in. Last times last, positive 7 times negative 7. Positive times negative is negative. 7 times 7 is 49. So let me get a negative 49. Good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and combine like terms here. These two in the middle. What do we get when we combine them together? The negative 21b and the positive 21b. What do we get? Zero. Perfect. They end up canceling out. If it helps, circle it so you can see the signs in front. You can write it out. Negative 21 plus 21 equals 0. And if you get a 0, you do not write it down. You just copy down everything in front. 9b squared and everything behind, minus 49. And then that is your final answer for number 22. Okay, let's go on to number 24. Number 24, that's a good one. It's kind of weird. So number 24 is different from all the others because they're telling us we have all of this squared or times itself. So let's go ahead and write it out side by side. So this is really parentheses n to the power of 2 plus r to the power of 2, and then times itself, again, parentheses n to the power of 2 plus r to the power of 2. Okay, so we're doing it, it's squared. The whole thing here is times itself 2 times. We wrote it 2 separate times. We've got our parentheses. And then again, we're still going to follow the FOIL method. So first times first. So here, I'll scoot it over here. F, our first times first. N squared times n squared. Here's my variable n. Remember the product rule, when you're multiplying variables and exponents, all you do is just add the exponents. So we've got 2 plus 2 is 4. So that's my F. And then we've got O, my outer, n squared times r squared. We've got a variable with an exponent times another variable with an exponent. Remember, we're putting it in standard form. So how should I write the n squared times r squared? How should I put that for standard form? Which one should go first? The n squared or the r squared when I put them next to each other side by side? Like, should I put it n squared r squared or should I put it r squared n squared? And remember, we're putting it in standard form, so you have to remember what standard form means. Which one should I put first, the n squared or the r squared? And see, someone said nr. So I know it's kind of hard to type in the exponents. That's fine, but I'm assuming you meant to say, okay, so I see someone else said n then r. Perfect. For standard form, we want to put it in alphabetical order and highest exponent first. So both of these here, we've got two variables, n and r. N comes first in the alphabet, so here's my positive n squared, and then we've got the r squared. So you always want to put it in alphabetical order. So n comes first, then r. So that's my F, that's my O. We've got I, enter times enter. And again here, it says r squared times n squared. Standard form, you want to put it in alphabetical order. So let's go ahead and rearrange it. Here's my plus or positive n squared and then times r squared. It's in alphabetical order, ABC order. So first is n, then r. That's my I. Let's go on to L, my last. R squared times r squared. Here's my variable positive r. And what's my exponent for r, my new exponent? We're doing the product rule. So think about what you have to do with the exponent. What's my new exponent for r? R to the power of 4. Perfect, because you add those exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do some combined like terms. The n squared, r squared, n squared, r squared. These two can be combined. I'm going to circle them so it helps us see it in front. I'm going to give them the invisible coefficient of 1. So just add the coefficients, the numbers. 1 plus 1 is positive 2. And then I copy down n squared, r squared. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and finish writing the rest of it. We have the n to the power of 4. Let's put that in front. N to the power of 4. And then bring down this here, the plus r to the power of 4. Okay, let's check and see, is it in standard form? We need alphabetical order and highest exponent first. So we've got the variable n here, variable n here. Exponent of 4 and then an exponent of 2. These are in standard form because you're only looking at the first variable. It's in standard form, alphabetical order, highest exponent first. So pretty much there's only one other term left. It's got the variable r. That's going to be the last one because it starts with an r, the first variable. Alphabetical order puts that closer to the end of the polynomial. Okay, so that would be your final answer. Let's go ahead and put a box around it here. This right here is your final answer. And you'll have a couple more like that. All you got to do is just put it in alphabetical order and highest exponent first. But that is pretty much your assignment for today. You're doing only the even numbers. I'll zoom back out so you can see it again. You're only going to be doing the even numbers, 2 through 26 even numbers. I'll circle them if that helps. 2 through 26 even numbers, even the ones that we just did today on the video. You need to make sure you have those ones written down as well. And then once you're finished, take a picture of all of your work. Make sure I can see all of your work, just like we did here together. Submit it on Schoology, and then that'll be it. And let me review really quickly. Yesterday, you guys were supposed to do USA test prep. There's a lot of you guys that still did not do it. I'm not sure if it's because you just can't find USA test prep or if you're just being lazy. I don't know. But please get that done. Those of you that did do it, you did really good. So good job. But that is it for today. So if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat here or send me a message. But if you have no questions, you can go ahead and leave. Get this assignment done and then submit it. And I will see you guys again next week. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and stop my recording. So if you have questions, you can ask me. But just make sure you say something in the chat before you leave, guys. Okay? So bye, guys. Have a good weekend.